How's it going, guys? It's Burgers here and welcome to another Rise of Kingdom video. Today we're going to talk about top 5 ways to progress faster in the game, because one of the questions I see all the time is how do some players grow so much faster than everybody else? At first it looked like they're simply spending more money or playing all day, but after watching enough accounts develop over several kingdoms, you start to realize that's only part of the story. The players who progress the faster usually make a handful of smart decisions right from the beginning, and those decisions keep paying off for months. Today we're going to look over 5 practical decisions that constantly is going to help your progress way more faster. We'll start with the decisions that probably has the biggest impact on the brand new account, then moving into commander investment, daily habits, city development, and finally one resource that many beginners incidentally waste before they understand its real value. One of the reasons I enjoy making those progression guides is because they're relevant no matter where you're in the game. Whether you're just starting your first kingdom or creating another account, those are kind of discussions that keep paying off over the time. If you enjoy this type of Rise of Kingdom strategy content, consider subscribing, and if the day guide help you progress more faster, I'll really appreciate if you leave one like. So let's start with the first tip, and this is what's the fastest way to improve your account. For most players, the fastest way to grow isn't upgrading another building or training more troops. It's joining the strongest alliance you can actively contribute to. A strong alliance gives you faster helps, more alliance gifts, better territory bonuses, stronger rallies, higher event rewards, and access to experienced players who can help you avoid costly mistakes. Many beginners wait until they are stronger before applying for better alliance. In reality, joining a strong alliance is often the reason those players become stronger at the first place. And this is something that I did back in the days. On the day one, I tried to see which alliance is the strongest one. Now, I was having pretty rough time because I didn't actually join at the start of this kingdom. You know, when the kingdom is presented and it's like a new kingdom, there is like, I think, couple days. So I just joined a little late, and this actually cost me development of like 1-2 days. So I was behind the power, and from there it was very hard for me to join in the top alliances. So here one tip from my personal experience is, if you want to start playing, or you know, in this new server, and you see right now there is a kingdom that is open to join, just wait the next one. Like this, you're going to have this advantage of like couple hours till days before everybody else. So yeah, this is one of the things that actually happened to me, and it was really tough to join in these top alliances, and I managed to join in the top alliance. Now I have my reasons that I didn't stay in the top alliance in this kingdom. Right now this is King's Dynasty, this is the top alliance. I have my reasons there. I decided to join in the second alliance. So yeah, it was very hard because you join, you get kicked, you join to the other one, you get kicked there. But all the players inside, when I joined in this alliance that I'm currently in, and I was progressing with everybody else, and since I'm spender, I can definitely see how I progress compared to the rest of the people. And my progression is way more faster. But still, those players who joined before me was having already this advance over me, and till, you know, when I joined the alliance, we basically get to the same level, and at one point I get further. But at the beginning, I didn't wait to join in the top alliance. I tried to find the top alliance. Here is no project, so you don't know which alliance is going to be the top till, you know, like couple weeks in the game. But still, joining in the top alliance, every day that you're not in top alliance is a wasted day of resources, of gold chests, of the event rewards. So many benefits to be in the strong alliance. The next tip is, should you build several commander pairs at the same time? One of the most common progression mistake is trying to build several commander pairs at once. It feels like you're preparing for the future, but in reality, you're slowing down your present. Every sculpture, experience book, star, and piece of equipment you spread across multiple commanders is making your strongest march weaker. Experienced players usually commit to one commander pair first. A fully developed march clears barbarians more efficiency, perform better during the events, and contribute much more during the open field fights. And I think there is no human who is not guilty of this, just starting brand new game and they see a lot of commanders, and all these commanders is, having their spells. You see this commander is having so much healing, for example, healing factor, experience healing factor, more healing factor. So you're like, oh my god, with this bad boy, I'm going to get tons of heal. Then you see over some, premium heroes that is doing crazy amount of damage, 50% chance to do damage, extra damage, 2 times damage factor, 600. I mean, you start seeing that every hero here is looking, is having their own specific skills. Even this one, Constance, that is having extra 10% resources when you finish. So from first look, you want to build basically everything. But here is the thing. Especially at this stage of Rise of Kingdom, we're not actually talking that the game Rise of Kingdom is just launched today. This is the global launch. This is a game that is for many years. So at one point, you're going to catch up with everybody else. And at one point, you're going to get trolled with tons of heroes. And if you don't have the most valuable thing, and this is your sculpture, you're going to be really behind. Because right now, I was making couple streams. I was completely new in this game. I made couple streams and people told me, yo, Purgas, for the first KVK, you need Yassi G. Yassi G, I don't know how was the full name of this hero. Do I have him some record of him somewhere? Well, right now I don't see some Yassi G or something like this. But my point is that I don't have. My point is that is a meta hero that is going to come before the KVK one. People warned me about this hero, and right now I'm not investing anywhere else my universal sculptures, and I'm saving them for this moment. I have like 234. I have like a lot of stars. I'm preparing for this moment, and this is with crucial importance for everybody else. Don't jump over the many commanders. Now, I obviously also, go for Sun Tzu, but he's an epic hero, and this is the best epic hero. If you go check it out, my top 5 epic heroes in Rise of Kingdom, you're going to see that this bad boy is on the top of the food chain. So I definitely built him. But I'm saving for future investment, because at one point I'm going to get thrown to so many heroes. Even right now, look how many legendary heroes are presented to somebody who is just starting Rise of Kingdom. Look at this thing. This is so many heroes. So many. I even go for Wookiee Spin for Richard the First. So many heroes. So many legendary. I think it was something like 20 legendary heroes. So you can easily make a lot of mistakes if you're actually not prepared and don't have some idea for your future plans, what to do there. Tip number 3, are you using all of your action points? Action points are one of the fewer resources that regenerate for free. That means every minute they sit at maximum is progression you're no longer earning. Those missing action points could have been spent on barbarians for experience, resource packs, speed ups, commander material, and other valuable rewards. You don't need to spend them the moment they regenerate, but developing the habit of using your action points every day keep your account moving forward without requiring any extra resources. And this is maybe one of the main things I'm looking when I'm logging in the game. The first thing is obviously I immediately go one silver chest because we're having like 9 every 5 minutes. And from there I see is all my training camps, do some training of the troops. From there I'm checking out the research, is the research finished. Since I cannot see where is the builds, do we have some building or not? I always check also the builder hunt, is there something to build? But if I put this thing that I basically for a couple of seconds notice everything here, the other thing that I notice very fast, and this is my action points. Now, this is your action points. Every day you're going to get some free action points. You're going to get some potions with action points. If your alliance is doing tons of barbarians, you're going to even get more action points from here. As you can see, there is going to be like extra 5, extra 5. And if you do your barbarian forts also, you're going to get more of these action points. Now, this is a potions, emergency action points recovery. So this is whatever you like to use it. I'm talking about the progression is more like, are you spending, and if you sit on like 1.5k, in my case, you're basically losing not spended action points and you're not regenerating because you're at maximum. And this actually hurt your account and your progression at the end of the day, because going and fighting with barbarians is going to give you different rewards, starting from like 20%, 20 minutes training speed up. Here's like 4 minutes, some gems, more gems, some arrows. You're going to also need more of this resource pack C. This is just for one legion what you can receive, and this is from level 16 barbarians. Imagine if you go for for way more higher level barbarian, it's just going to serve you very, very nice. And from there you can train tons of troops. I have like 1 minute training speed ups, like 4.7 thousand. Obviously I do some training so I can push some power with some mana stones and etc. But yeah, always spend your resources. And like this, you're going to even gather this level 1 resource packs as I show you. And those are some extra things like 1.5 million food, wood, stone. Those things are important for your development because, believe it or not, right now I struggle from resources and not from speed ups. I need more resources, no speed ups. And by keeping your account always wasting your action points, it's just going to benefit you by a lot. The other thing is obviously going for the rallies, joining for some barbarian rallies and things like this, where you can get even more action points. And I'm going to even okay, I'm going to need to spend, you're going to spend like 1.4k 1.4k, but there's a decent chance in the results to get more action points, 50 for you, and from there, from these bundles, to get like more action points. So this is crazy, and I think forts are OP for the how to say, for the action points. But at the end of the day, never forget to spend your action points. Tip number 4, should you upgrade every building equally? One of the easiest ways to slow your progression is trying to keep every building at same level. It feels organized, but Rise of Kingdom rewards players who prioritize unlocking new features instead. Many of those games' most important systems become available as your City Hall level increase. Experienced players usually plan their upgrades around the next City Hall requirements. They update only the buildings needed to progress, then move to on instead of spending days upgrading structures that don't immediately help their account. And I'm going to share with you what I'm currently doing. One of the things that I'm doing is I'm trying to get my City Hall to level 24. For this, I need Siege Workshop level 23, and right now this thing is building. Before that, all these buildings have to be level 23, So I'm able to go for Siege Workshop level 23. Now, in this case, I can actually afford to level up something in extra, like, for example, Storehouse. But something I don't do is, for example, level all the buildings. My farms, I have only one farm level 23. Rest are level 7, level 7. Here, level 7 again, level 7, and level 23. Absolutely same for quarry, absolutely same for the gold mine. Okay, this level, like level 22, it can go to level 23. And this is the hospitals. Now, hospitals, if there is not some crazy PvP going on, I don't think you need the hospitals that much. Only the hospital that is unlocking the next upgrade. And those things are expensive. Look at this thing, gold mine. If I want to go from level 22 to level 23, this is 11 million, 11 million, 15 million. That's crazy amount of resources. And if I check my resources, how much I have 16 million, 10.8 million, 1.5 million, and 42 million. I'm not going to be even able, maybe I'm going to be able to level up the gold mine one time, a building that I really don't need. Imagine if I continue leveling up those buildings also. Now, those are level 6 because, okay, yeah, I don't level those buildings. I level in the order I'm leveling is when I get the city hall, I always level up the this building. Where is the, not this one, not the tavern, not the shop, the Alliance building, Alliance Center. This is something that I didn't actually level up, which is very strange. But normally I go always for the Alliance Center. I guess I get distracted because it's the summer, and from time to time I make some mistake because I just joined very fast. But this is something that I always level up because it's going to give me some extra helps. Now, after the last center, I jump over the academy. It should be the same level like the city hall because the academy is going to give you some extra research speed bonus. It's like 16%, can go up to 25%. And this is the two buildings, the last center and the academy. From there, I'm looking what else is needed for the city hall, and obviously I'm getting those buildings. Majority of the cases is going to ask you for the wall and etc. But these two buildings are with crucial priority. I really don't know why my last center is level 21. I guess I forget it. Again, it's maybe somewhere because of summer. But anyway, this is the order I'm doing when I'm doing my building, and definitely not all of the buildings are built equally. Some of the buildings is going to be with crucial importance, like the research one and the helps, and the other one is something that you can basically upgrade at very late stage. And final tip number 5, what's the best way to spend your gems? Gems are one of the most valuable currencies in Rise of Kingdom, which is exactly why beginners often waste them. It's tempting to spend gems whether you're just a little short on speed ups, resources, or VIP shop items. Those purchases feel helpful in the moment, but they rarely provide lasting value. Experienced players usually save their gems for investments that continue paying off after they're made. Things like increasing the VIP level, participating in more than gems, or investing during events like Wheel of Fortune generate far greater returns than random purchases. And this is something that I'm doing with my gems. I invest them almost everything. I don't go even for wheel of the wiki spin or whatever the name is. I don't even go. Again, I go just for one hero to get him, and this is the what his name. That was the Richard. I go actually for this hero and I get him. Just wanted to check them out. As you can see, Well Fortune is the place where I get this hero, but I didn't get for any other hero, and I'm spending everything on the VIP. I'm like level 23 and I'm already like VIP 11. I wait. There is a quest, by the way, where when you spend more gems is counted, and you definitely have to check it out your events, what you can actually gather from there. But there is an event where where I have to spend gems, and if I spend like 25,000 gems, I get decent amount of universal sculptures. And this is one of the places, one of the reasons I have that many legendary commander sculptures. Because when this event, I actually catch him 2 times, and I 2 times go 25,000 gems on my VIP, and I get decent amount of this legendary sculpture. And I'm waiting for the next event that is going to appear, and I'm going to boost VIP again. I think VIP is extremely important. Now I rushed to level 6 because it's going to give me a second builder queue, and after this I rush to level 10. From level 10 I'm getting first legendary sculpture, but from there I'm just waiting for some events to increase my VIP. After this I'm going to go for VIP 12, getting like 2 legendary sculptures. When I spend gems, I'm looking to get the best value for my account by doing that, because this is a currency that is not that easy to be getting. And yeah, you can go and do some farming of the gems. I don't know if I can actually see some gems around. Yeah, this like level 2, but it's like 20 gems. Now, at one point, I hear from the experienced players that gathering gems is going to be something normal in this game. But at the end of the day, I'm just saving all of my gems. You can even get gems from barbarians. As you can see, it's like 20 gems here, 20 gems here. I mean, yeah, you could basically get it from barbarian fights and stuff like this. But you have to be extremely careful with your gems, because at the end of the day, this is your game currency and you don't want to waste it on something stupid. Today we covered 5 of the biggest ways to accelerate your account progression, and the nice thing is that none of them require perfect luck or unlimited spending. They are decisions that continue paying off every single day you're playing. I also want to say a huge thank you to all of the channel members. Your support gives me the time to test strategies, compare different progression paths, and create detailed guides like this instead of simply repeating common advice. If you do like to support the channel, take part of membership only strategy discussions, get priority for your questions, and help vote for future Rise of Kingdom guides, you can check out the membership below the video.